are, I'm trying to decide, do you guys need me to go through like setting up your Coach Online office? I think that most of you guys have done all that stuff, right? And if you filled out that Google form, then it kind of walked you through that. So I'm actually, unless you need me to, if you have questions about your Coach Online office or anything, I am going to skip that part. Is that cool? Does anybody have questions about your
No, I
Coach
think that's good.
Okay. Let me see. Let's see. I'm going to mute everybody but Timmy for right now. And if you have questions, you can do that little raise your hand thing, or you can type in the chat bar down there. So definitely do that. But this is a new coach. Let me first say, I'm Rachel. I'm Rachel Mitchell. Some of you guys, hey Alicia. Some of you guys, if you are watching this later, you may not know me personally. You might have been invited here by somebody else, another coach on our team, or by Timmy or something. But I'm Rachel Mitchell, and I am the leader of Team Take Heart. And so this is our Coach Basics. But Timmy is running this with me. Timmy doesn't feel well. But Timmy is a great friend of mine that we met through coaching. And it feels odd to say that because we really don't know each other that well. We've been with each other for like 3 days. But we just like really connected, and her faith is huge. And she's just she's such an inspiration. She helps me all the time. But we're running this Coach Basics together. And for a lot of you guys, you're repeats. And that is cool. Like I did Coach Basics like 3 times. Timmy, how many times did you do Coach Basics?
I think I did it 3 times too.
Yeah, before I moved on to a 3 Vital Behaviors group. So, I know I wanted to make sure I had the foundations of my business, and I just wanted to make sure that I was not comfortable, but kind of knowledgeable before I moved on. So I did it a few times, and it really helped me. And I learned something new every single time I did Coach Basics. Okay. So, we are here to help you guys get, honestly, our goal is to help you build a solid foundation to your business, to teach you the 3 vital behaviors, to help you overcome those fears that every coach has. I still have fears. I know Timmy does. We still worry about certain things and about how we sound, and, will people listen to us? Are they watching us? We all have those fears. And so we kind of want to help you guys get started and tackle those things straight away, and just kind of push them to the back burner, and just build an awesome business and help people, honestly. So it's a really fun thing to do. It's very rewarding. And, you guys are all here because we saw something in you that we thought would make a really good coach. Okay. So, to get started, I'm going to share my screen with you guys. I have some slides. Let me get it to where I need it to be. Timmy, do you want to say anything while I do that?
No, I like the way you said that, even though whether or not you're a new coach, brand new or not, that we going through that Coach Basics is you do learn something new. Because I think I was still waiting to move on to the next thing, and you had to have a couple more coaches before you went into the next training, and you still learn more things and learn new things because things kind of pop up. People have different questions. So I definitely think it's just important to stay, no matter what, connected in some form of a group, whether or not you feel like you've gone through it enough, because there's going to be new topics that come up.
Yeah. Okay. I'm like sucking on my tea because I'm doing the 3-day refresh and I'm hungry, and this tea's not with me. So this is all the stuff that normally I would go into, but just real quickly, like if you're on my team and you haven't filled out that Google form that you started with, let me know, because it has all this stuff in there. But some of the main things are, you should be in our team page. Obviously, you're in a Coach Basics group. You should be in a challenge group. Everybody's in the Health Bet, right? Everybody's participating in that. You need to have the Coach Mobile link to sign people up, and I can kind of show you some of that too. But, this is just kind of the stuff we would normally go over, but we're going to kind of skip through it today. Let's see. Like page versus let's see, hold on a second. Let me make sure I am where I want to be. Under the training tab in the Coach Online office, there's tons of information, guys. Like if you ever kind of feel like you are a little bit bored with Coach Basics, if you've been through it a couple times, like log into your Coach Online office and go to that training tab and go to Coach and look at the resources that are there. They are amazing. And I feel like a lot of coaches don't utilize that. Becca is a great example of somebody who just became a coach, went into her Coach Online office and spent like 20, 30 minutes a day there. And she learned so much from it. But use that training tab. There's 3 vital behaviors stuff there. There is where you can find your business activity tracker. I've got it in our team page, I think, as well as in this coach page. But there's so many good resources there to help you get started. Let's just jump into this. As a new coach, a lot of people ask me, one of our vital behaviors is posting, is being proof that the products work. And we do that through posting. Okay. So a lot of coaches ask me right off the bat, do I need to create a like page or just use my personal page? And so my answer is that it's up to you. I didn't start a like page for quite some time, because when you start a like page, you essentially have to start from ground zero. Like, you start with no followers, no friends. And there's a lot to it. There's a lot of like logistics to it, and a lot of people won't see your posts. But there are some positives. You can sponsor ads, you can sponsor events, things like that to draw people to your page. But I honestly just suggest starting with your personal page, because you already have friends there. You definitely need to make your profile public. On your Facebook page, you've got to make it public. For Jennifer Earls, she shared with us the other night that she's been posting, and she's like, nobody is seeing my stuff, or nobody's liking it. She had it set to custom so that only one person in her Facebook friends list was seeing her posts.
Okay. Oh my goodness.
Yes, she was like devastated. She was like, Rachel, that messed with my brain. I was like, well, I would think so. So you've got to make sure that your profile on your Facebook page is public. And if you're uncomfortable with that, we can talk about it. I know that some people have certain reasons for it being private, but I wasn't excited about making it public at first, but people aren't going to be able to find you as easily if it's private. Only the people that you're friends with can see your posts. So like if Andrea, you had a friend who's in your challenge group and she was like shouting you out on Facebook about, your challenge group and whatever, and some of her friends clicked on your page and it was private, they wouldn't be able to see any of your posts, okay? And so people find you through other people typically, so make sure that it's public. If as far as like Instagram, I love Instagram. I used it a long time ago, but mostly just for the filters. I didn't know how to use it. But Instagram is a really good business tool. I know that some of you guys actually found me through Instagram, just playing with hashtags, things like that. So if you don't know how to use Instagram, I'd kind of like to know who wants to use Instagram but doesn't really know how. Anybody? Yeah. I can't see Christy at all. Andrea, you want to learn a little bit more? We should do a team call on Instagram and hashtags and stuff, because Instagram is cool. Timmy, do you know a lot about Instagram?
I use it quite a bit with the hashtags and things. I like it for the fact of when you can direct message people that have liked a lot of your posts here and there.
Yes.
And so it's a good way to talk to people you normally wouldn't and are not in your Facebook thing. So it's a great way to expand your market.
Yeah. So with Facebook, that's a good point. You're going to connect with people who are friends of friends and who kind of you connect with naturally. Instagram is going to be like strangers, which is not a bad thing, because you can kind of filter it. But Instagram is going to enable you to connect with people you would not be able to through Facebook for sure. I know Alicia asked me the other day, are hashtags out of style? And my answer is absolutely not. Hashtags are how people find you on Instagram. So, when you're posting, if you're posting a picture of, you can go through and look at people's hashtags. That's how people find you. They'll go to the search bar and they'll search like meal planning tips, or, I have a lot. Baseball moms is a big one. A lot of people, if I hashtag a photo baseball moms, like I get so many people that like my photo, just so things that pertain to you. Maybe you're a football mom. Maybe you like your kids like Legoland, or Lego mom, or Emily, you have all kinds of like fitness ones. Now the fitness ones, people are going to find you that are already into fitness. So I definitely try to use different ones, but I do faith and fitness. I do made to crave, I hashtag with things that are specific to me. And so I don't do all of those right in my post on Instagram. I will post it, and then immediately after in the comment section, that's where you put your hashtags, because if you wait too long, people can't find you. And if you put them in the main message of your Instagram post, people are just going to look at it and be like, it's just going to look busy. And so I always put them in the comment section. So Instagram's awesome. And I just post it to Instagram and it links directly to my Facebook page. So it's not like I'm posting twice. So Instagram is cool. Do you need a blog? That's totally up to you. I know that my coach told me in the beginning that a blog was the way to go, but that's because that's how she built her business. I like my blog. I don't get a ton of business from it, but I like to be able to write and share those links and kind of catalog recipes. So, but if that overwhelms you, if you don't have time for a blog, your business is going to be built through your social media anyways, through like Facebook and Instagram. So I would definitely just start there. YouTube videos, again, if you want to make videos and create a YouTube page, I've never done that, so I can't really teach you how to do that. I mean, I have my own YouTube page, but I don't use it to grow my business. I just use it for like our team and stuff and my challenge groups. But you can definitely do that. Let me see this. Which blog site do you recommend starting with, Andrea? I did Blogspot just because it was easy. I hear WordPress is really awesome and you can do a lot more with it. My goal eventually is to, maybe for 2017, to get somebody to transfer mine to WordPress because visually it's a lot cleaner and you can do more with it. So if you're going to start one, I would definitely suggest you do your research. And if you're going to use WordPress, you might have to have somebody help you set it up. And you can pay people like $20 to help you do something like that. I would do your research and figure out what would work best for you. Blogspot is just kind of, you're limited as to what you can do visually, I think. If I had it to go back and do over again, I would probably educate myself on WordPress and start there. Timmy, what's your blog?
Mine is also Blogger or Blogspot.
Yeah.
But the same thing. I've heard that because I did it because it's easier.
Yeah.
I did it because it's easier. However, like the same thing, the WordPress is supposed to be, better for like search engines and stuff, but I didn't know that at the time.
Okay.
I have talked to somebody about like transferring over my posts and stuff and to keep all my pins, and it's almost like $2,000. So if you're going to start, you want to start with doing it. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Scratch what I said. I'm not doing that to them.
Well, do you have a lot of things pinned to Pinterest?
Oh, well, no, I'm not good at that either. Yeah. So yeah, but all that to say, guys, like social media may overwhelm you, but I'm telling you, like, I didn't even take selfies in the beginning. Like I was not that coach who knew how to use all this stuff, who was like really good and really eager to start, just keep doing it. I didn't know anything about social media when I started. Nothing. I knew how to use the filters on Instagram and link that to my Facebook page, but that was it. Like I didn't hashtag anything. I didn't know about making my profile public on Facebook. I didn't know how to create a banner in my Facebook page. I knew nothing. So if that's you, don't think that you're out. Don't think that you're not going to be able to coach, because I've had to learn everything that I know, like WordSwag, all those photo apps that I've tell you guys about. Like I didn't know how to do any of that. Okay. But social media is how you launch your business. If you're not posting on social media, you don't have a business. If you're not talking about your workouts, if you're not talking about your meal planning, if you're not sharing, if you haven't posted your coaching announcement, you officially don't have a business. You don't have a business until you launch it with your coach announcement, okay? So that's really important. And so that's the first thing. If you haven't done this, it's time for you to do it. Like tonight when we get off let's see. It depends on how many people are online when we get off the call, but you've got to post it. Launching your business is just something that, you've got to do. Like if you never open the doors of a restaurant that you open, then people don't know it's there if you don't advertise for it. So you've got to launch your business, and it's scary. Yes, it's exciting, but this is where it starts. Okay. And so this is just an example of mine. And you guys have all seen this. It's in our Coach Basics page. The wording is there. My coach announcement is there. Other coaches are there. And I just tell my story, you know, like I wanted to share something with you guys. I've been on a journey to really change my lifestyle, to eat healthier, to start exercising, and it's impacted me in so many ways. You know, I joined a challenge group. You guys can read all that, but, you know, I would have given up if it hadn't been for the group and the people that were there sharing and providing encouragement and accountability. I desperately needed this type of accountability to succeed, and I've lost 6 pounds thus far. I'm seeing muscles that I didn't know I had. And then my coach has, so I decided to become a coach and to help other people the way that my coach has helped me. If you're interested in joining me in my August 18th challenge group, I have 5 spots that can help people. You know, if you're ready to take a leap of faith, let's do it. Are you in? So that was my coaching announcement. And yours should be something similar. It's just telling people what you've been doing, sharing results if you have them. It is, you know, inviting people to a challenge group, kind of explaining a little bit about what the challenge group is. That is how you launch your business, okay? And so it's like I said, it can be a little scary, a little overwhelming, but you have to do it or you don't have a business. And maybe you've done it already and then you never did anything else. Maybe you launched your business, but you didn't keep posting. You didn't start inviting. You've got to do it again. You've got to, this is like a fresh start. This is a new chance for you to get started and to continue with it, to be successful. And that definitely starts with your coach announcement. You need to include a picture in your coach announcement. If you just post a picture of like your a 21-day fixed stock photo, or if it's something of like I don't know, you need to be in the picture. You've got to be in the picture. People relate to you. They want to see you. I don't care if you have a major transformation or not. People want to see your face. So you have to include a picture. Not a, you know, you can take a picture of you with your challenge pack, but your face needs to be in the picture. If you don't know how to do that, there is a timer on, look, I'm going to get my phone out of the drawer. There is a timer on your camera on your phone, and you can set it, you know, like I prop mine up. I just prop mine up, turn the camera so it's facing me. I set the timer, and that's how I take my selfies. And so that's, you can have your husband or somebody else take your picture, but take a picture of you. It can be a sweaty selfie, or if you do have a transformation, definitely do that. Alicia posted hers last night, and it was awesome. Like, her transformation photo was there, and it was really, really good. There are lots of apps that you guys can use to edit your photos. We've talked a little bit about that. Some people came over the other night and we talked about that. Some of my favorite ones are, let's see, I'm gonna type them as I talk. Photify, WordSwag is a really good one. WordSwag is probably the easiest one to use. Canva. What else do I use? Photify. I use Snapseed to kind of edit, like to make me look a little better if I need me to look a little better. But those are some of them you have to pay for, but it's not much. But editing your photos and adding text and stuff is something that you definitely need to learn how to do. A lot of them are free and they're really good apps, but you've got to get used to taking pictures of yourself. Not because, I don't know, I mean, you're selling challenge packs and things like that, but really you're selling you. You're selling your story. People are going to connect to you and the encouragement that you provide to them. So seeing your face is like money, okay? So you want to post your announcement, your coach announcement, or maybe you already done that and you need to post your challenge group ad for this month. You've got to post it during high traffic times when people are online. So if you look on Facebook, your Facebook feed, and you over to the right, there should be a list of people, and there's a little green dot next to their name. If there are a lot of green dots, then it's a good time to post. If there's not a lot of green dots, then I would wait until a higher traffic time, because you want people to see it. For me, that's typically between like 6:30 and 9 o'clock at night. Really close, I would say 7 and 9, because a lot of people are still doing dinner and stuff earlier. And sometimes in the morning or around lunchtime, but really later in the evening, there's always a lot of green dots lit up on my Facebook feed. So when you post your announcement, whether it's your coach announcement or your challenge group ad, you are going to ask people to do something. So you're going to give all that information, share your story, and at the end, you're going to give a clear call to action, okay? You're going to say something like, message me if you want more information, or, you know, comment below, or leave your email below. I didn't even actually do that in mine, but you definitely, yeah, I did. I said, message me or like this post for more information. So that gives some people some type of action to take. because honestly, a lot of people are going to be interested in what you're offering in your challenge groups, but they're not really going to be sure about reaching out. So if you give them a clear call to action, that kind of gives them something to act on, and that's really definitely important. But so that's your coach announcement, or maybe we're talking about your challenge group ad, but you've got to post, you've got to be posting on social media in order to have a business. And so what do you do once you post your coach announcement? You get up tomorrow morning, you do your workout, you snap a selfie, you can put some words on it, motivational quotes. Word Swag has all kinds of awesome stuff in there. And you post it again, and you talk about why you're working out. Maybe you say, it was hard for me to get up. I slept through 2 alarms, but I'm up. I'm making it happen because this is important to me. Maybe you say, my baby was up all night. I'm really tired, but this is the only time I have to work out. Maybe, you just talk about what you're doing and why you're doing it, and you provide motivation that way. And you get up and you do it again Thursday and again on Friday. And so that consistency in posting and showing people, or being proof that the products work, are what is going to give you credibility and a solid foundation in your business, okay? But what do you do after you post your coach announcement, or after you post your challenge group ad? What do you do when people actually take action? What is it? They comment, like, message me, I want to know more, or they send you a private message. I know for me personally, I got a lot of encouragement when I posted mine, but people actually messaged me privately if they were really interested in the group. So what do you do when somebody says, yes, hey, I'm interested, I want to learn more, help me out? First thing is, don't get super excited, okay? Don't get excited and just start like word vomiting all over them, because I did that so much for like 3 months before I figured out that was not the thing to do, even though Melanie told me not to. You go slow, honestly, and you start by asking questions. I was helping Alicia last night with a conversation, and you really just go slow. Like, if somebody says, hey, I want to learn more, I typically say something like, oh, that's awesome. I can't wait to tell you more about the challenge group. How are you? How have you been? I want them to know that I want to know about them, and not just like sell them something. So, that's where I start. I'm like, I'm glad you want to know more. How have you been? How's your family? You guys look great. And then I'll jump into questions. Like, so what is your goal? What interests you the most about joining the challenge group? Have you been working out? Do you want to lose weight? I don't ask all this at once, but these are some questions that I do ask. What's your goal? Do you like to work out? I ask these through a series of messages, and the conversation flows naturally. I don't ask them all at once, but this is definitely the process that I take to from invite to through the challenge pack sale. So when you're asking the questions from somebody who shows interest, you're basically helping them figure out what their goal is, helping them figure out why they want to join a challenge group, want to create an emotional connection for them joining the challenge group. Because anybody can buy Shakeology, anybody can buy a workout program, but if they know why they want to do it, if they have a real tangible goal, then they're more likely to stick with it and commit to it, okay? And so I start by asking questions. And people are going to have objections. You're going to have people that say, hey, how much does this cost? What do I have to do? You're going to have people that are very forceful and direct. And you'll have objections. People will say, well, I just don't, if you start the conversation and they're like, I just don't have time to work out. There's no way I can meal plan like you do. It doesn't look like there's enough food that fits in those containers. You're going to have all kinds of objections. And you can handle those. Like, if you don't know how to answer somebody or respond to somebody, please just post in Coach Basics. That's what we're here for. If somebody says, like, I have IBS, I don't know if I can drink that shake, post it in Coach Basics or our team page, because that's what we're here for, okay? And I have like my Transformation Tuesday tonight was of Tabby, and she has IBS, and Shakeology has like rocked her world, okay? So like, people have lots of excuses and reasons for not doing things, but when in reality, the answer to their problem is kind of sitting right in front of them, and you don't want to just mark somebody off because they give you an objection. Okay, because a lot of times the answer is actually in, getting fit, getting healthy, taking care of themselves. And, people say don't have the energy to work out. Well, hello, like you started taking care of yourself, you would, right? So, don't let objections scare you. Don't let objections stop you. Because people are going to have objections. I had objections. I didn't buy Shakeology at first. I was that girl. I didn't buy it. And I told myself there was no way I was going to, but look at me now, So don't let objections scare you. Let us know. And there are documents in our Coach Basics page for all of those objections that you guys get. There's examples about how to handle them. And so, you've got to do a little bit of work and, kind of invest in people. But if you're truly genuine, if you're asking questions and you're not just jumping to the challenge pack sale, people are going to see that and feel that. But so once I ask them these questions, the next thing that I do definitely is kind of figure out, do you like to work out? Do you like cardio? Do you like weights? Do you like to dance? And so I will make a couple of program suggestions to them. And so I was sharing this with Alicia last night, and I think we were having a little bit of trouble figuring it out. But what I will do so if I think someone will like the 21-day fix, I will send them a link to a video to watch about it. And where I get those, you can get them in the Coach Online office, or you can get them here under videos and products. And so when you're logged into your Team Beachbody website, so for example, if I wanted to send somebody the 21-day fix extreme, I would click on that, and this is the video. It says get link. And I just copy that link, and it has my Coach ID attached to it, and I'll send them a copy and paste that link so that they can watch that video. And I usually try to make at least 2 suggestions as far as programs. So like if somebody has a lot of weight to lose and they need to figure out how to eat, maybe I would suggest the 21-day fix or Country Heat, and Country Heat. And they're 2 different programs. I'll ask them to watch it, and then tell them to let me know which one they think that they would like better. And so while they're watching those videos, I will send them the challenge group description. And it's just a description of, what we do in the group, about the accountability, about checking in, about replacing a meal with Shakeology. Mine include meal prep tips and eating out and scripture and motivation. And, we talk about what God wants us to do with our bodies. And so while they're watching those videos, they're reading that challenge group description. And at this point, people have a really good idea about what is involved in the challenge group, right? Because before I tell them about the challenge pack and how much it costs, I want them to understand the value of what they're going to get in the challenge group. I'm not just selling them a protein shake and a workout and saying, here, go to it, have fun, good luck. I'm offering them, yes, solutions to their health problems through the shake and through the workout programs. But more than that, I'm offering them my services as a coach, my encouragement, my accountability, and so I want them to understand the full value of what they would be getting in my challenge group. Okay. And so that is the process I go through. And once I get through that, they say, yeah, the 21-day fix looks good. The challenge group sounds awesome. What do? I want to sign up. I tell them that, well, in this group, you need your challenge pack, which includes your workout program and Shakeology. Shakeology is a meal replacement. And so you get 30 servings or 30 meals in the challenge pack, plus your workout program, the portion containers, your shaker cup, your meal planning guide, all that comes in the challenge pack. And there's no cost in addition to that to actually be in the challenge group. You just need those tools to help you get started. And I say the challenge pack is actually on sale this month for $140. And I send them a link, and I'll say you just need to choose your flavor of Shakeology and sign up, and you'll be ready to go. At this point, you are going to have some people will say, oh, that's not bad. 30 meals, it's like $3 a day in the challenge group. Some people will say, there's no way I can't do that. I just maybe next month, or maybe when I get paid. And so if I get the cost objection, one thing that I find in how I explain this is that, again, it's a meal replacement. I tell them I use that feel, felt, found method. I felt the same way that you do. I thought that Shakeology was too expensive, but what I found was that I was actually replacing an entire meal with it, and it was my breakfast. I used to stop every morning to get a biscuit and a Diet Coke, which cost me about $6, And so my Shakeology costs me around $4 a day. I just include it in my weekly meal, my grocery budget. And so I'm not actually, and with the meal planning, I'm actually saving money because I'm not wasting food. So, I don't want anybody to think I'm saying you're wrong, but I tell them my experience. I share with them that I thought it was really expensive at first. I didn't want to buy it. But when I started drinking it and realized that, it actually did fit into my budget, and that I was actually honestly, just putting good stuff in instead of the nasty stuff. And I was saving money because I was meal planning. It just makes sense. It still makes sense to us. And so, some people they think, oh, well, that's true. I'm just going to replace the meal. I'm not adding like a protein shake or something like that. But you will have objections. And again, we can help you handle those. And you'll have people that flat out say no. You'll have people that flat out say, I'm not doing it. I can't afford that. There's no way I would pay that much to get started. And you don't mark them off. You don't just cut them out of your life. You say, okay, I understand. And I usually, what I do is I offer to help them in some way. I'm like, I totally understand. I run a challenge group every month. If you change your mind, but in the meantime, here's one of my meal plans. If you just want something to kind of help you, give you a guide to get started, and I let them know that Shakeology and the challenge pack is required for my challenge group. Have I had people in a challenge group before that didn't have Shakeology? Yes. And they just don't do as well. Honestly, it's I know that it's partly because Shakeology helps so much with cravings and things like that. But I also feel like it's kind of that initial investment. If they are willing to do something to purchase that, to try to make changes, then they're more committed than people who maybe aren't willing to. And I tell people that say, I don't want to buy it. And I just say, well, it's required for my challenge groups. And they say, why? And I'll say, well, honestly, my challengers just have greater success and better results whenever they have Shakeology and the workout program. And that's kind of how I leave it. I know people may talk about me behind my back, but I've never had anybody really get mad at me about that. Evernote, what you said about this other day at your house helped instead of using Google Docs. I was using Google Docs and having trouble uploading. Yeah. You're talking about conversations and scripts, Emily? Yeah. Yeah. And I put all that stuff, kind of these conversation pieces. I put those in our Coach Basics page under that post about Evernote. If you don't have Evernote, get it. Put it on your phone, your computer. That's where I keep up with my conversation stuff. So when I'm having these conversations, and obviously I have a lot of them, I'm not having to type these things over and over and over. My challenge group description, I have it saved. I copy and paste it. I might tweak it. Obviously, I'll change the date on it. When I explain the challenge pack, I actually have that saved too. I just pull that from Evernote, paste it into a conversation. And so it saves a lot of time. Evernote saves a ton of time. Timmy, do you have anything to add to that? Are you still on with us? I don't know if she's still on. But so that's kind of how I go through a conversation. There she is. Do you have anything to add to that? Are you good? You don't, if you can't, that's fine.
No, I'm good. We're home. No, I think you did a good job with it. Absolutely.
Okay. All right. Let's see. What questions do you got? Have you guys been having lots of objections? Do you have questions or need to know kind of how to answer something that somebody said to you and you're not really sure how to respond? Does anybody have anything? I'm buzzing over here. Nope. Okay. Type it in that chat bar for sure if you have questions. And Emily, you've been through lots of conversations, and I know you've seen stuff, heard stuff. So if you have anything to tell us, let me know. Right. So if they say yes, if you go through all that, they love the 21-day fix, or they love Country Heat, they know they want to try Shakeology, and they're ready to purchase it. What I do is I send them to I use the Coach mobile app. Excuse me, I don't send them anywhere, but I use the Coach mobile app. It's not really an app. You can save it on your phone like an app, but this is what it is. Okay. And so I'm logged in right now, but if I wasn't, it would prompt me to log in with my Team Beachbody username and password. So it's my email and my password. And so once I'm there, I says, do you have a new coach or a new customer to enroll? I say yes. I put their email address in. Let's see. I don't know. Let's see. I think I've used Matt's before. Enroll a new. No, he's already in there. No. Let's see. I don't know of anybody. Okay, there we go. So I would put in this person's first name. This is my mom. I'm just using her. And I would click shop now, and then I would select a product. So she was going to do Country Heat. I would choose that. And then I would find out from them what flavor of Shakeology they wanted to try. You know, I suggest people who are like nursing or pregnant or something. I ask if they have a sensitivity to like dairy or whey. If they do, they want to try vegan. But sometimes I'll just screenshot this on my phone and I'll send it to people and say, hey, what flavor of Shakeology do you want to try? And so anyways, I'll choose that. And then I add it to the cart and then I submit it. And once I do that, it goes directly to their email address. And basically all that they have to do is that they have to create their account and pay for their challenge pack. It automatically makes me their coach. They don't have to like go shopping and looking around for anything. I do everything for them. And that's one thing. You don't ever want to send your Beachbody website to somebody and say, here, go look around, see what you like. Okay. I don't do that because it's overwhelming and people will not know where to start. So I always I help them figure out in that conversation which challenge or which program would work best for them. And when I do that, you know, I send them a couple videos, let them choose, but I always try to help them figure out, because like if you send somebody to your web page, they're just not even going to know where to begin. And they're going to pull it up and they're going to see Tony Horton doing 22-minute hardcore and they're going to get scared and run. Okay. And so, yeah, Emily, definitely that does not work. People you don't ever hear back from them. Alicia, how long should you wait before you contact someone else again? Good question. If I've invited someone and we've gone through that conversation and maybe it ended somehow, or maybe we went to bed or something like that, I'll definitely follow up the next morning and say, hey, you know, did you get to read through this or watch that video, or what do you think about joining the challenge group? And so, but one big tip that I can give you is when you're in a conversation with someone, every time that you end your part of the conversation, end it with a question, okay? End it with a question that they have to answer. You know, so, you know, which flavor of Shakeology do you think you'd like to try? Or what's your favorite way to work out? Or what have you done in the past? Like what workouts have worked for you? You know, like if you send them the challenge pack description and you've gone through the conversation, all that stuff, you tell them about the challenge pack and you tell them about the price. You know, you don't just sit there. I don't sit there and wait. Like maybe they'll answer me back. You know, I say, well, what do you think? Do you think this is something that you would like to get started with? You know, but always end your conversations with a question. So even when you follow up, if you follow up and, you know, don't just leave it kind of halfway there, like, hey, how you doing? You know, like I always end it with a question. Did you get to watch that video? What did you think about the workout program? You know, are you ready to get started? You know, give a clear question that they need to answer. And they may come back and say, no, I'm not doing it. But at least you know and you don't have to think about it. Now, you will have people who just never respond. Some people are really busy. Some people maybe just kind of give up. They decide they don't want to do it. And you'll have people that don't respond. But I usually follow up with someone at least twice. If I've had a conversation with them, if they've shown interest, I'll do it like within 24 hours. If I don't hear from them again, what I will do is in like, you know, another 48 hours, I'll say, hey, you know, I just wanted to follow up with you one more time before I mark you off my list. And just because I don't want to bug you if you're not interested. But what do you still want to be a part of the challenge group? You know, it starts on such and such date. I've only got a couple more spots left. I was going to save you a spot. If you want it, please, you know, what do you think? Or let me know today, you know? And so people will usually respond if you say that. But if they don't, it's okay. Like, it's okay. You know, I know a lot of you guys have mentioned that you're fearful of not connecting with people or having people tell you flat out no. I mean, like, I'm going to tell you right now, that's going to happen. It's going to happen a lot. You know, out of like 10 people that you invite, 1 or 2 might actually commit to a challenge group with a challenge pack. purchase. Okay. Those other people will continue to watch you. So you get up every single day, you do your workout, you talk about it, you motivate people, you share what you're doing nutrition wise, you share about Shakeology once a week, you post about your challenge group, you talk about it, and people are continuing to watch you and your transformation. So that is really important. You just can't let that knock you down, because I've been told no way more times than I've been told yes. Okay. But that's okay. That's just part of it. Timmy, do you have anything to add to that, or do you guys have any questions?
No, I mean, obviously, you're inviting as many people and you're asking, how you can help them and stuff. So you are going to hear that no. But I always tend to if I had started a conversation, when a new group starts up, or if they kind of end it where they're not going to, I'll say, hey, is it okay if I check on you another time? And so it doesn't feel awkward the next time. And most people are like, yeah, sure. I'll just say, I'll check in with you the next time I'm having a challenge group. That way, when I follow up with them and say, hey, just letting you know, September 19th, I'm starting a new challenge group, it's not really awkward, because most people are like, sure, check in with me. So I can go back in the next month and just say, just letting you know, if it's the right time for you now, I have another one starting, whatever date it is. So getting that permission kind of up front, and they expect you to come back and check on them and stuff. It seems to work well. And then it doesn't make me feel nervous about checking in with them also. I don't think I've ever had anyone say, no, please don't check back in with me.
Right.
So.
Yeah. I might have had somebody that say, I really don't want to do that, but thank you. But I always, if somebody gives me a no, I say, okay, well, that's fine. I totally get it. Would you mind, and a lot of people, a lot of times will say, I just can't do it right now. And so for me, that is an invitation to say, can I follow up with you? And most people actually want to be followed up with. So in my calendar, I'm kind of a hot mess, but like in my calendar at the beginning of every month, I have a list of people that, I know that I've got to follow up with that month about my challenge group. And so, no, it's not, I hate to say this, it sounds like I'm like one of those creepy salespeople, but no doesn't always mean no. It may just mean like not right now, or I can't right now. They might not have any money to do anything. But a lot of people that have told me no have ended up becoming challengers. I think Alicia, I invited you a couple times before you ever did anything. So don't take that no as like an absolute like nah, never ever. So that is, do you guys have questions about that before I move on to like challenge group ads? Okay, I can't see everybody, so you have to like type if you do. All right, so once you've posted your coaching announcement, once you have put it out there that you're a Beachbody coach, that you're running challenge groups, that coaching post is essentially like a challenge group ad, because you're inviting people that way. But the next thing is to definitely, advertise about your challenge group. And you should be inviting people every single day, privately messaging people. But talking about it on social media is a good way to educate people about your challenge groups. And one way that we do that is through a challenge group ad. Okay. And so my challenge group ads are much like my coaching announcement. I usually just it's a picture of me in some way. I usually put like some type of theme on there, a start date. Sometimes I put a quote, but it's always a picture of me. And actually this one that you see here, I did that more in the beginning when people kind of didn't really know what I was about. Now, a lot of times you'll just see a picture of me and like the start date or the name of the group. But as a new coach, I think it's really important to kind of put this information on there, because a lot of people are just now following you. You're just getting started. They really don't know what a challenge group is. So, putting that text on the image is very helpful. And you can do this in any of those apps that we told you about, like Canva on your phone or WordSwag or something. They're pretty simple to use. But so you're gonna run a group. You're gonna run a challenge group. It may be with your upline coach. You may decide to do it on your own. It's totally up to you. If you decide to do it on your own, let me tell you, you are capable of doing that. If you don't want to do it on your own, you don't have to. I ran my first challenge group with my coach. I invited people to her group. She ran it. I just was in there and I supported my people. But when you do run your own challenge group, all of our scripts, challenge group guides, things that I post in my challenge groups every day, I have that in a Word document that is yours. You don't have to recreate it. You can change it if you want to, but you don't have to. So don't be fearful of that. Running a challenge group is I was scared to death. I'm gonna tell you, I was scared to death, but it turned out to be awesome. I love it. And so it's a lot of fun. It's very rewarding. So you're going to team up with your sponsor coach. You're going to create a group. You're going to invite people to it. You're going to post about it. So, you don't just post your coaching announcement or your challenge group ad and then never talk about it again, right? You're going to continue to talk about it. I aim to talk about my challenge group at least once a day. I don't post my challenge group ad every day, but like I did Transformation Tuesday tonight, and at the end of it, I invited people to my challenge group, right? I might sometimes in my morning workout post, I'll say, I got up early. I made it a priority. If I don't work for it, I don't get any results. If you want to get started with me, I've got a challenge group starting the 19th. Message me for more information. But I'm not talking about my challenge group in every single post that I post, because that would be obnoxious and annoying, right? But I do post my challenge group ad a couple times. I talk about it at least once a day in some form. And I'm definitely behind the scenes inviting people to my challenge group. And now as far as inviting, I think this is probably even more scary for new coaches than it is to actually just like post your coach announcement. Inviting people to your challenge group can be very scary because like you have all these fears. Like, I don't want people to think I think they're fat, or I don't want people to think I'm just trying to sell them something. There's all these fears that we have. But and quite honestly, if you don't invite people, then a lot of people are not going to respond to your post because they don't really know how. You may say, comment, or message me, but they don't have the courage to do it. And I can't tell you how many times I've invited somebody privately and they're like, hey, I've been watching you for a long time and I really wanted to ask you about it, but I just didn't have the courage, And so people are definitely watching you and following you, even if they're not liking and commenting on your posts. So, as far as my invites, that's not always like a cold invite. Like, hey, I'm running a challenge group. Do you want to join me? In the beginning, I did that. It works a little bit as a new coach, but you really want to be starting conversations. You want to definitely, one of the big things that you need to start doing is adding new friends on Facebook, on that place where it suggests friends for you on Instagram, Facebook, whatever. You want to be adding new people to your contact list. That just increases the number of people who are seeing you, watching what you're doing, seeing your challenge group ads. And I will go through every single day. I'll add 2 or 3 new people to my contact list. I will go through and I will, like or comment on a few people's posts that I'm following. And then, I will start conversations. I definitely start conversations. I'll send a message to somebody and say, hey, your family pictures are awesome. Who did your photos? Or, hey, girl, I haven't seen you since college. It looks like you guys are doing really well. I hope everything is going well. And I'll just start conversations. Timmy had a really good tip about kind of connecting with people. And using, do you want to tell about that or you want me to?
Sure. No, I can do it. So what, sometimes you get kind of not sure where to start, and this is what made me think of it. But on your Facebook page, it lets you know every day when somebody's birthday is. So I generally will send them a quick little message wishing some people happy birthday. And I send them as a message versus it going straight to their wall, because when you're sending messages, that helps your feed and their feed kind of mesh together. Excuse me. And so what I started doing is like, say like, this is the beginning of September. I go into, and if you click on events and you can go into birthdays, it'll show you a calendar of everybody's birthday, and you can click on their picture. You can click on their picture for you can go down for all the months. So what I do is I try to look 2 or 3 weeks ahead of time, and I start clicking on those people's pictures, and I know their birthday is coming up. So I'll start going in, liking and commenting. And you're friends with them anyhow. So you do have a reason to connect with them, but you just don't always see everything because of all of Facebook's, algorithms and all that stuff. So it gives them a chance for them to start seeing your feed, and for you to start seeing their feed and seeing what they're up to. So click on those pictures and see how they're doing, and you can start conversations through little comments and stuff here and there. Then when their birthday pops up, that gives you a chance to message them. And I generally Rachel was saying, always end it in a question. So I will say, hey, girly, I hope you're having a fabulous birthday. Do you have any, hope you're having a great day. Do you have any fun plans to celebrate? So I always end it with that, just to see if they'll, give, I've already been responding back and forth or liking, so they kind of see my name. So it's not crazy for me to send them a birthday wish and they have no idea who I am. If I'm a friend of a friend, I've already my name has been popping up as liking something or, commenting already. And so then that's an easy way to start a conversation. Then you can start more into that, hey, I really, like that picture, or I had a conversation today. We were talking about, I have a Maltese and she had a Maltese. We were talking about how old the different Maltese were. Were they easy to train? Were they not easy to train? And so it leads a way for a good conversation. So if you're not sure where to start, I would say you could do it. I did it today at football practice. I went into my events, went into birthdays, and I just went through all the people while I was sitting there watching the boys practice, and just liked and comment on a bunch of people like 2 weeks ahead of time, and their birthdays are not until a little bit later in September. And so then I can, hopefully our feed will start meshing with each other. We'll see each other's posts more. I can continue that up and then make the, initial conversation of wishing them happy birthday.
You said events, like what events are you talking
about?
Yeah,
it's like so if you go on the side, I think it's under events, like on Facebook.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I see what you're saying. saying.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. Like on the side, it's under events, and then I think you go to calendar, I think it is. And then on your phone, if you go into where those 3 bars are, you go into events, and you scroll down, and I think it says birthdays. It'll say upcoming birthdays, and it'll have a tiny little arrow. And if you click on that little arrow, it'll show you the list of all the upcoming birthdays.
Ah, I see. Okay, cool.
Do you see the calendar on the computer?
Yes. Yeah.
In my bag. So that's a good way for people to you don't know where to start after you've already gotten, your warm market of your close friend, your mom and your sister, and you've already gotten those, but how to open up and connect with other people that, or maybe somebody that's new that you just friended because they're a friend of a friend.
Okay, cool. Yeah. And so let's see, you guys, does that make sense to you guys? Do you know what she's saying? Okay. So birthdays are an awesome and simple way to connect with people. I mean, it's very simple. And definitely, like I send private messages, like she was saying, to say happy birthday. I don't just post on their wall. I send a private message. And it's a good way to kind of get a conversation going. But, other than that, like people they're going to learn about who you are through your posts. Posting is super duper important. Inviting is something that you should be doing every single day. But posting is how people get to know you and how they get to trust you. And so as a new coach, I would definitely sit down. Like when we get off the phone tonight, sit off the computer, whatever this is, sit down and make a list of like 5 things that define you. Maybe it's your faith. Maybe it's that you're a clean eater. Maybe you're a football mom like Timmy. Maybe you've got small babies. Maybe you're a teacher. Maybe you like to crochet. I don't know. Come up with 5 things that are about you. And that's kind of going to be like what you post about to share about who you are. And so people they want to learn about you. Like I told Alicia the other day, she was rocking it with the Word Swag post and like her food and her workouts and all that stuff. I was like, you're doing awesome. I said, be sure to like sprinkle in some non-Beachbody stuff. And she was like, what do you mean? And so, I mean, just like talk about things definitely that are not Beachbody related at least once a day. So I aim to post on social media. My average is like 3 to 5 times a day. And when you're posting, you're staying current in people's newsfeed. So like if you post once a day and somebody's asleep at 6:30 in the morning when you post your workout photo, they're not going to see you. They're not going to know that you work out. They're not going to know that you're about clean eating or anything like that. So you've kind of got to aim, I would say, at least for posting 3 times a day on social media to keep people seeing your post and knowing what you are doing. And you're going to post about yourself, obviously. But yeah, definitely, as a new coach, I would post my workout selfie in the morning. I would post like a picture of my lunch or a recipe in the middle of the day. I would post something about my family in the afternoon. And then at night before I went to bed, I would always post a motivational quote. And so that was exactly what I did, because I was like, I have no idea what to post about all day long. And so that was kind of my schedule, my plan. I would even schedule out my nighttime post. I would use Hootsuite to schedule those posts, because, I might not have time. I was putting the boys to bed. I started 2 years ago. My kids were smaller. And so I would actually schedule out those posts, or I would schedule out recipes to go out on my Facebook page, just so I was adding value. That's kind of one of the biggest things. Like, I don't want to just post Beachbody links or pictures of the 21-day fix. I actually want to add value to people's lives, even if they never decide to be a challenger. So posting is kind of your credibility. That's your backup to your challenge group ad, your coaching announcement, all that stuff. So, you obviously posting about your workout is a given. If you're not working out, if you're not posting about it, people aren't going to trust you as a coach. If you invite somebody to a challenge group and talk about these things, they go to your Facebook page and there's nothing. There's just like funny memes, or there's like silly videos or stuff like that. You can be like, what? Why is she inviting me to a challenge group? She's not doing anything, So it's kind of your credibility or your backup. It's how people really start to trust you. You will gain a following. Like if you just started posting 3 days ago, and you've been consistent, you are already gaining a following, whether you feel like it or not. People are watching you, and they're coming back to your page to see what you're going to post again tomorrow. I promise. Okay. So posting is really important. Food, recipes, motivational quotes, we kind of talked about all those things. This is just how people get to know who you are. So come up with your list. It can be 4 or 5 things that are just particular to you. Obviously, fitness, clean eating, something like that. Mine definitely, like, I made a new list. Like at this point in my business, like I post more about business related things, like business tips, faith in business, so that's one of the things on my list. Definitely, like, I'm a busy mom. Like, we just spent the afternoon at a baseball field. We go, we camp, we do all kinds of things. That's kind of one of my things. A mom of young boys. So just come up with a list, and kind of, if you're ever at a loss for what to post about, just look at your list. Think about something that relates to one of those things, and what you want people to know about you. So that's kind of like how you get started. I'm giving you, like, on a daily basis, you want to post, you want to invite, you definitely want to do your coaching announcement if you haven't already, or your challenge group ad. But this is just where you start. So in your first month, I definitely want you guys to print out that business activity tracker. Let's find it. It's here. Can you guys see my Facebook page? Sorry, I got all these messages popping up. Business activity tracker right here. Okay. Open that up. If you're on my team, I'm doing that coach bet this month. I got that idea from our diamond page. Print it off. If you post this, if you use it, fill it out. It's a weekly basis. It starts on Thursday, because our business week with Beachbody starts on Thursday. It's got a place for you to set a goal, for follow-up, write down names of people you contacted. And it's just a really awesome, handy tool to keep you on track. Print off that business activity tracker. Write your name in there. What's your goal for this week? Do you want to hit Success Club 5 for this month? Everybody should aim to hit Success Club 5 for the month. Do you want to rank advanced to Emerald? There's a place to write all that stuff down on there. So use that business activity tracker, okay? Like I said, in our team page, if you post it at least 3 times a week for the month of September, and you do those other things that we talked about in those images, like, you could earn like a gift card from me. And the reason I'm doing that is because I really want you guys to understand the value of tracking what you're doing, of doing those, there are 4 vital behaviors now, every single day. And if you're doing those things, if you're posting, if you're being proof of the products, if you're inviting, if you are reading your personal development, I almost skipped that, Timmy. I would have been like, shot myself in the foot. Your personal development, everybody in this group should have the Compound Effect or the Slight Edge. They're kind of the same book. I don't have mine because I let Jennifer borrow it. But you've got to be reading your personal development. If you're not reading your personal development, you're going to tank fast. Personal development is something that it just fuels your brain. It motivates you. It gave me tons of ideas as a brand new coach about what to post about. And so personal development is so important. 10 to 20 minutes every single day. You can listen to it on audio, on Audible. You can have the book. You can get started that way, but definitely do it. But that business activity tracker is going to just honestly tell you what to do every single day. And I'm looking for mine. Here's mine. Here's an example of one of mine. Like I keep up whenever whenever I do my invites, whenever I post my workout, talk about Shakeology, if I do my personal development, social media posts. Are you posting 3 times a day? Are you adding new contacts? Have you invited people to join your challenge group? And it's a to-do list, guys. Like as a new coach, it's just a to-do list. It's a roadmap for being successful in this business. I can't tell you how many coaches don't use the business activity tracker. And I did it as a new coach, and I sent it to my coach every single week. Every Thursday, I sent this to my coach, and we would go through it. And it pretty much explained how my week went. We didn't really even have to go through it. Like if I didn't do some of it, obviously if I wasn't inviting or posting or whatever, then my business was not moving forward. And it was very easy to track my behaviors and what made me successful. So definitely use that business activity tracker. Let's see. But yeah, for the month, like you want to now, after this call, you want to go and make a list. You can use that memory jogger. It's there in the Coach Basics page, but make a list of people that you can start inviting to your challenge group. It can be family, it can be friends, it can be your hairdresser, it can be your dog groomer, but make a list of people that you want to invite to your challenge group. And we'll start with inviting. We're going to talk about those things. We're going to talk about challenge packs. We're going to talk about all this in Coach Basics. You're not going to be alone at all at any time, okay? But definitely get into your compound effect or the slight edge. I think I listened to the slight edge first in my car on the way back and forth to work as a new coach, and then I got the compound effect later. But it's awesome. Like it's such rewarding information, and it will help you so much to stay motivated and to really get the consistency part, to get that you've got to stay consistent. You've got to show up every day. Just do these little things like work out and post about it and add 2 friends and to invite 2 people a day. It doesn't take a lot of time. It doesn't take a lot of energy, but you've got to do it in order to be consistent and to build that momentum. Track your contacts. If you use your business activity tracker, I write on the back of mine. I'll write the names of people that I invite, when I follow up with them, if I need to make notes about them, do they have health issues? Are they scared of something? Is cost an objection? I kind of keep up with those things when I talk to people. There's honestly no secret sauce to this. There's no Timmy doesn't have something that you don't, or, Christy doesn't have something that I don't. It's just doing the vital behaviors and showing up and being consistent, and honestly kind of getting a thick skin and not worrying what everybody's thinking about you. Because, if that's your biggest fear, then it's going to stop you. It's going to keep you from being successful. And more often than not, people aren't thinking bad things. They probably admire you and think, what is she doing? What can I do to be that consistent? But you can't let that fear, I know that was a big thing for a lot of you guys, is that fear that maybe you're not going to do this right, or people are going to think certain things about you. Guys, you can't let that hold you back. This is an awesome opportunity, and it's super rewarding, and it's so cool to help somebody and get that message that, I lost 10 pounds this week, or I lost 15 pounds this month, and to help somebody do that and gain their confidence back and to just pour into somebody that way. It's super rewarding. So you can't let that fear hold you back. And so people are going to say no. That's another thing. People are going to say no. So just get that out of the way right now. People are going to tell you no. And you just got to keep inviting, keep, adding value, keep posting, keep showing up, and you will hit Success Club. You will help 3 people this month in a challenge group. Okay. And so that's our goal moving forward. I'm done. Timmy, what you got? Anybody else? Oh, shoot.
I'm good. I'm going
to unmute you guys. Does anybody have anything, any questions, any comments? Everybody going to post their workout photo tomorrow? All right, guys. Well,
Oh, you know what I was going to say?
What?
Oh, I was going to say, when you told them to write down the list of 5 or 6 things that, they're going to post about, those also that are interested in getting into Instagram more, those are also your hashtags that you're going to add to your picture. So like with the general rule that I was told, like you're allowed to hashtag 30 items. 15 of them should be kind of about you and the things that interest you, whether or not it doesn't have anything to do with the exact picture, and then 15 should be about the picture. So if you're, have your Nike shoes on for your workout, you could write Nike free. You have faith or faith and fitness. So you're putting the 15 things more or less about you, and then 15 things about your picture and what you're trying to get across to kind of help bring in those people.
Good. That's cool. Yeah. Oh, I was going to say something about noise, but Timmy and I will, obviously we're going to be posting in Coach Basics. Just show up with us every single day, read our posts, do the things that we're talking about, and ask questions. Show up for these calls and ask questions. That's where you're going to find the most value, quite honestly. So I'm done. It's 9:06, and I'm going to let you guys go to bed. Okay?
Thank you
for listening to us. We'll talk to you soon, okay? Bye.